Hi, this cat has called your order, please. What do we have to do? Well, we have to create a function that takes a string as an input, but very important, notice, all the words in the string contain a number. And what should this number represent? Well, the position in the result. If the word contains a 1, for example, like here, it should have the first position. On the other hand, if the word contains the number 2, it should have the second position, and so on and so forth. How do we accomplish this? Well, first of all, before we start working, what I want to do is to convert the sentence, the string in other words, to a list. How do we do that? Well, as follows. Sentence should be equal to the sentence, but we split it into a list. Doesn't take any argument because I only want to split it at the white spaces. You can put in an argument if you want to use another delimiter to split the sentence, but that's not needed for us. So let's print the sentence, get a feeling what we are having. Just a list with strings of the individual words. Second, what I want to do is to create a list of integers. So for integer in the range, the length of the sentence, it should leave us with 4 iterations, pretty integers. Fair enough, 0, 1, 2, 3, but what we need to have is a list from 1 till 4. So let's start with a starting position. That will be the first argument, so we start with 1. Yeah, then we have 1, 2, 3, but we need an extra iteration, right? So let's add up 1 with the endpoint, and that leaves us with the list from 1 till 4, something to work with. Then I want to simultaneously iterate through the list, so for word in sentence. So let's print the integers and the words next to each other. Yep, so every iteration, the integer will be printed out and the individual words. And what I want to do is to check whether the integer is in the word. So the integer, is it in the word? This won't probably work because this is an integer type and the word is a string type, but let's try it. Yeah, here with type error, it requires a string as left parent, not an integer. So let's convert this integer to a string. There we're going. As you can see, when we are checking if the 1 is in the word, this iteration returns true. Then we have the second iteration, and there we see that this word is 2 returns true, and so on and so forth till we stop iterating. So if this condition is met, then we can just print the words to see which words we are dealing with. As you can see, they are already in the right order. First word start with 1, then we have the word with a 2, then we have the word with a 3, and then we have the word with a 4 in it. It just takes the order of the integers that we generate. You start off with checking 1, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4. Simple as that. And yeah, then we can just add it to a new string. Let's call it result. So every iteration we add up the words to the result. This will leave us with a string without any white spaces. But yeah, let me showcase that. Yeah. So what we have to do is to just put a white space in front of every word. Yeah, this leaves us with an actual sentence. But yeah, let's start returning the result outside the loop. So we only have the end sentence. And what we can use to get rid of the white space at the start and at the end is the .strip method that removes by default the white space at the front and at the end. There we go. And yeah, that should work out. Let's test this one. Set equal to each other. True. Okay. Looks promising. Let's test it out. Paste. Attempt. And there we go. All the tests passed. I hope this has been helpful, that you learned something from it. I'll thank you for watching and hope to see you in another video. Ciao.